Hope you are doing good. Welcome to this wonderful background. I'm in Dharamshala and enjoying my stay, and you will get to see this background or some beautiful backgrounds during another month. So today I'm going to talk about developmental dysplasia of hip. It is basically problem with the baby's hip formation. So it can happen before birth or it can also happen after birth. What happens is our hip joint, which is this joint, is actually a ball and socket joint. So ball and socket, as in this is the ball in which our this is the socket in which this ball of our top part of our hip actually comes and articulate. So if this socket is shallow, which can be because of the developmental issue, then it can slip anywhere in the hip. And sometimes what happens in this ball and socket joint, if the ligaments, which actually are tissues which keep the two joints together, are a little loose or lax, then also it can slip from its position. Now it can slip like a little away, it can come right off, or it can keep coming off and inside the hip also.
This is how the hip joint looks like, a ball and socket joint. And if a bone moves a little away from it, it's called subluxation. If it moves a little more away, it is dislocation.
It's more common in the firstborn child. It is because the uterus in the mother is still not much stretched, so it puts a little pressure. And it is more common in females. According to the studies, it is because of the estrogen hormone. Even the mother's maternal hormone also can lead to the ligamentous laxity, which is the soft tissue becomes a little stretchy more than normal. And it is also common in the breech presentation. And it is more common on the left side, though some of the kids can have it on both the sides.
This is how baby is normally with legs folded up, and this is how the baby is in the breech presentation with legs straight up. Swaddling is good, but swaddling your baby tightly like this, keeping the legs straight, is also one of the reasons after birth which can lead to developmental dysplasia of hip. So it is always better to swaddle the baby in a little loose clothes in the folded position in which they are born, especially in the initial months.
The signs which you can see in your babies, which can tell you if there is a developmental dysplasia of hip, which is called DDH. There might be clicking sounds in the hip when they are moving. Might be less movement of one leg than the other, or there might be skin folds which you will see are lesser on one side than the other, on the buttock side or the inside folds here. And then you might see that baby, when they start walking, has limp on one side. So sometimes if it happens later, and sometimes if it is not detected, then it might lead to limp or even shortening of one of the legs. So if detected early, if worked upon early, it shows wonderful results. In our culture, we have a habit of carrying our babies like this, which is not as prominent now. We are carrying more like in the upper part of our body, but carrying your baby like this is very good.
So this is a traditional way to carry the baby in many cultures, including India. And the hips are well taken care of. They are bent up and spread apart to keep them in its place. So whichever way suits you according to your back, keeping your posture in consideration, you can carry your baby easily in that position.
That's how they put it in the harness. Even if they put them legs into harness, they put like this. So this position keeps the hips in its position because it locks the hips.
This is the M position which you can see in the picture, and this is the way the baby needs to be carried even if you are wearing a baby carrier in front of you.
More information I'll add on to it, and if you have any queries, let me know. Thank you. Have a good day.